Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and happy Friday to you. Welcome to our very first University of Greenwich program preview titled Why Study Computing or Information Technology. Our main event speaker today is Mr. Manibelen, our Associate Dean for Joint Faculty of Computing and IT. He'll be sharing the program benefits with you as well as the career prospects in the tech industry. If you have just completed your SCPM or any preview, then you can apply for a direct entry into any of our University of Greenwich degree programs. If you have any questions that you would like to ask throughout this session, feel free to drop your questions in our comment section. Without further ado, let me pass the floor to Mr. Manibelen.
All right. Thank you, Maxine. Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Thank you for your time. I'm really happy to be here to share my knowledge with all of you. Before I continue, I would like to congratulate every one of you for your great achievement. My name is Manibelen. I am the Associate Dean for Segi KL, also the Head of School of IT in Segi, Kuala Lumpur. So I have a topic today that is why study computing or information technology in Segi Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. So I'm going to use a very simple terms without any technical jargons to explain to all of you. Reason all of you, I believe, are just after STPM from the school. So let me explain in a very simple way. What are the reasons? Yeah, what are the reasons for you to choose IT or computing as your field of study in Segi Kuala Lumpur? So there are various reasons. There are various reasons why you should study computing or IT in Segi Kuala Lumpur. As all of you have heard that everyone is talking about IT today, and IT definitely is one of the field which is getting very popular. Almost everyone, man on the street, school children, our parents, family members are definitely considering and talking about IT. So IT is getting very popular compared to last 10 years, 15 years, and it is also one of the fast growing sector, not only in Malaysia, in Asia, as well as in throughout the world. There are very few fields that actually can be considered still surviving and still getting very popular during this pandemic season or during this COVID-19. And I'm very sure all of you are still in a stage of deciding, thinking, what shall I do, what shall I study, right? So my advice is consider IT because IT has a very good future and a way to go in the next 5 years, 10 years, and so on. I myself have been in the industry for more than 20 years. Before deciding to take an early retirement and join academic to share my sessions, my experience, my knowledge with people like you. So don't make a mistake. The right selection, the right choice for you is IT. Yeah. Like what I mentioned earlier, beside medical, IT is one of the fastest growing sector. Yeah, no doubts about it. You can hear about news, people are talking about it, as well as you can find many articles, talks on the internet about how fast IT is growing. As you can see, uh, you are downloading, games and applications and whatnot, required almost on daily basis, weekly basis to fulfill your needs. So that's how IT is today. And also you can see during this pandemic, especially how people are changing their life and their style, day to day basis completely and very much depending on IT application, for example. So that is one of the reason why I'm selecting IT as a choice for you to study further, without any further consideration. Definitely you will enjoy it and it is a future. of these fast growing sectors. Okay, the other reason why you should select or go for IT, if you ask me, is raising need for cloud computing and outsourcing services. There are more things, more application, more areas, you name it, medical or food related industries or any other industries, including manufacturing, logistic, you name it. Every single industry, is looking into a solution where they can put their business onto the cloud. Maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we do not know what is Shopee, Lazada, Food Panda, even Grab, and so on. But today, it become our part of life. So everything is moving to the cloud computing and outsourcing services. And in the future, you will be very much depending, and people will be very much depending on your apps, your systems, which will be on the cloud. Meaning the system follows you instead of you go and look for the system. So that is what we call cloud computing. Mobility, mobility is the key word. Cloud computing, data analytics, storage, and businesses, everything will be on the cloud. And wherever you move, wherever you go, the apps will be there available for you 24 by 7. And you will be part of the team. And everyone will be looking for you. So when everyone is looking for you, that means there is a job opportunities, tasks for you need to be done. So that's the future, right? For you to consider, for you to start thinking about it now. The other reason, which is a very good reason for you to select IT to study, is where the support from the government, especially our own Malaysian government, is very much looking into Industry 4, or we call it Industry IR4, national policy, aims to transform and digitalize the manufacturing sector plus all the related services sectors right into the future, right into 2025 and beyond, very much onto IT platform, very much into online. So we are getting very good support, and we can see very good support from Malaysian government onto this sector. So no doubts, it helps you to make decision. This is one of the sector that you should consider, right? Not only Malaysian government, if you look into the Asia, the rise of Asia, countries like China, Singapore, they are very much going to, into IT. And some of the countries are even planning, to turn their countries into Silicon Valley of Asia for IT as well as for computing. What it means to you? It means that they need, and our country itself, we need a lot of IT professionals seeking international careers, not only in our country, but also in foreign countries. And there will be a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities, which means there are opportunities virtually everywhere, not only in our country, but in Asia. So that's a good news for all of us. Yeah. So that is again another good reason for you to select IT or computing as your field of studies. The other reason is not only Malaysia, but the entire countries in Asia moving towards industrial automation and AI. Everybody is talking about AI now, right? You buy smartphone is equipped with AI. You buy any devices, either you buy tablet, you buy washing machine, you buy smart TV, all these devices are being supported or equipped by AI. So AI going to be a next big thing. Beside AI, we have other technical areas which is getting very popular. For example, big data, where we have huge amount of data need to be managed. One simple example is where the government has launched My Sejatra, and My Sejatra is producing tons of data on daily basis. Just imagine you are very much exposed and experiencing that on daily basis. Wherever you go in, wherever you walk in, your data is being captured. So at the background, you need people, IT people to process all this data to make it more meaningful, to make it more useful to the government to keep track, to bring down the COVID-19. So we need a lot of IT technical people in order to help them, in order to uh, generate revenue solution so that the country can move forward. That is another good reason why you should look into IT. Okay, the other interesting point why we should look into IT is, for example, the starting pay for IT job is very high. Yeah, it's very high. I know most of the teenagers today, when they go for an interview, the first question that you like to ask is, hey, how much is the salary, right? So let me tell you this, the starting salary for IT always, yeah, always have been higher compared to any other job. I myself have hired hundred of engineers when I was with the manufacturing, and we always offer, wherever we are. Sometimes we are in outer skirt of Kuala Lumpur, but when you offer job, you have to always benchmark Kuala Lumpur as your market. So when you benchmark Kuala Lumpur as your market, what it means? It means higher salary, yeah, higher salary than all other fields. That's what I can say, yeah. So there are a lot of information that you can share over the internet, not only in Malaysia. If you move to country like Singapore, Hong Kong, yeah, they even pay higher. And as you can see, yeah, for example, when you work in Korea, for example, with your qualification, they even pay you in US dollars instead of their own currency. So meaning you will be getting higher pay compared to if you are being paid in a local currency. So that is one another interesting point why you should work or select IT for you to studies. IT there is a very wide field. So once you are in, maybe in a year one, you study the basic things, the general things. But as you move on to year two and year three, you'll be very much specialized into IT specific fields, such as either you major in AI, you major in big data, or you major in software engineering, or if you are interested in networking, and another field that is getting very popular nowadays is cybersecurity. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, why not? Yeah. So you can specialize yourself into whichever field that you like in year two and year three. We have many subjects that being offered in our BIC, Bachelor in Computing degree program, where you can specialize in based on your interest. Yeah. So we don't force you just to study one particular field or major, but you have a choice. You have an option to select whether you want to major in like the field that I mentioned earlier, AI, big data, machine learning, or cybersecurity, or networking. So with specialization in major and minor, if you are interested, you can look for a job, yeah, that suits you. And some jobs definitely will get higher pay compared to some other areas or specialization. So the choice is yours. Yeah, the choice is yours. Definitely, I would like to say that you will never regret being in IT. Same goes to me. I've been in the IT for more than 20 years. I'm still learning. I'm still enjoying it. The reason is IT is one of the fast moving, fast changing field where it keeps you learn new things. Yeah, it keeps you get to know new people. It allows you to travel worldwide. Yeah, for example, I myself have traveled into many countries for very simple reason because I was in the IT companies. Yeah, IT companies. And just to share with you before I share the other reasons why you should choose IT as your field of study is beside you getting higher pay, IT also allows you to travel. Yeah, to travel into many different areas. Reason most of the HQ, as you know, they are in US, in Europe, in Japan, or in the developed countries. Meaning, when you join the IT companies either in Malaysia or in Singapore, you always will have opportunity to travel to the HQ at least once or twice or even every year. And sometimes the workshop or the conferences, yeah, will be held in US or in Europe or even in England, for example. So that gives you opportunities. That gives you opportunities and challenges as well for you to meet new people, to understand their culture, to understand how they work, to understand how they communicate, which sometimes you don't find, you don't see in other areas. Sometimes you'll become bored doing the same things again and again for many many years. But I can tell you that will never happen in IT, because things are changing every 3 months to 6 months. As you can see, there are always new product, new smartphone, new TV, new fridge, new devices, huh? In other words, we call it devices, every 3 months or even shorter. So what it tells us, challenges, new opportunities to learn new things, yeah, to develop new apps and so on. Okay, let me continue. Other reasons why you should study IT. Skill. The skill that you learn is transferable skill, meaning, for example, critical thinking and problem solving. If you Google it up, are the two most required skill for anyone in any industry. So when you join IT, yeah, we train you, we coach you, we guide you how to become a critical thinker, how to solve problem as fast as you can, yeah, on the spot. For example, when you play games, strategic games, high level games, what it allows you, what it teach you, what it prepares you over the long term, how to do critical thinking, how to do fast decision, correct decision the first time, also how to solve the problem. And this is what we learn or we equip our IT graduate. So that is another good reason why you should be in this field. Yeah, no doubt about it. So the other reasons, yeah, before I open up the floor, if there is any questions that we can discuss. Okay, before we move into the next reason, I would like to share. We do offer various subjects. Yeah, so we don't restrict you, like I mentioned earlier. If you are interested in software programming, well, you're welcome to specialize into that. If you're interested in gaming, I know many teenagers, they love gaming. Yes, we have number of subjects. Even we teach you how to develop mobile apps. Yeah. So you can always specialize into that areas and become a master, sifu, a guru of those areas. And if you are interested in networking, yes, we have subject in networking. We have subject in cybersecurity. We have subject related to your own field, yeah, whichever you are interested in IT, machine learning, AI, big data. So it's very wide field, yeah. So you can select your specialization, like I mentioned earlier, and then put all your interest and effort to graduate, to earn better salary, higher salary, and to land in a bigger company, better company, you name it. Most of the well-to-do companies today are IT companies. Just to name a few, we have Google, Microsoft, yeah, we have IBM, HP, that everybody knows that it comes into your life, it comes into your daily uh, activities that you're doing. But we have never heard many of these companies 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Today, I'm very sure you are surfing the Lazada, surfing the Shopee, yeah, Alibaba.com, for example, or when come to payment, yeah, there are many companies that you pay online, and all the banks have moved online. We have Maybank to you, we have Public Bank, CIMB Bank, which we never had all these opportunities 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But today, that's how we are doing things. So it has changed our life. And if you want to be part of that, my advice is come and join us. Yeah, KL, Sugi KL, strategically located in the heart of KL. We have all the facilities. Yeah, we are aligning with IR4 as what the Malaysian government wants. Our education is up to date. Our syllabus is up to date. So you will never left behind. And I think it's a right place, right choice for you. Okay. And high paying careers. We are not just looking for a job, but we want a high paying career for yourself. And definitely we want our parents to be happy with our selection. So yes, IT or computing is one of the high paying careers. If you want to become an IT managers, are among the top paying jobs in the world. Yeah, this is not my statement, but this is what as everybody is quoting, right? It's one of the top paying job in the world. What you can do, meanwhile, before you make a decision, go to Google, go to the internet, Google high paying job, high paying salary. I'm very sure IT will be one of it. Yeah. So please consider this. Okay, my last reason for sharing with all of you today. Anyway, thank you very much for being patient with me. I hope I have, enlightened some of you, uh, help you to make decision because we don't have much time, uh, for you to make decision. If you don't make decision today, you will be left behind. So I really encourage you to think fast, to make a right choice, and make a change. So, my last reason for you to select IT or computing as your choice is IT and computing drive innovation in the sciences, yeah, toward human life. So, like I have been telling all this while, if you are looking for either engineering, businesses, entertainment, or education, gaming, be part of our team, and we definitely will help you, guide you, encourage you, coach you to become the professional in IT. So that definitely will help you to be one of the professional and part of the team that together we change the world. All right. So I think I've shared with you many reasons. Yeah, many reasons for selecting IT or computing. Uh, Definitely, you might have a question, hey, what is the difference between IT and computing? There are not much of difference, but just to share with all of you in a very simple term, when you study computing, normally we have added quite a number of technical subjects into this field. But when you study IT, we combine the syllabus with some business subject or some finance subject for those who are interested to know as well. Beside IT, how if I can learn some elective subject, for example, related to business or finance or marketing, for example, then that's where you can choose IT for you to study. But generally, in year one, when you come in, we teach everything for you. Yeah, quite general. But only when you move into year two and year three, where the specialization takes place. And because we want to prepare you as a professional into one of those fields, definitely things will get slightly tougher. That's where you will start specializing. Otherwise, in year one, every student will be learning the general things, the common things among all of you. So with that, I'm going to open the floor. If you have any question, we have Miss Maxine together with us. Either myself or her will try to help you. Otherwise, you can just communicate with us, post your questions so that we can help you together to help you to make the right choice and decision. All right, back to you, Maxine. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Money. It really sounds like the tech industry is super fast paced and interesting for our fresh grads today. All right, I'm just gonna drop a link in the comment section. So anyone who has any further questions, you can contact us via the link below. So yes, right, we have come to the end of our session today. Thank you so much, Mr. Manibelen, for giving us an informative and exciting preview on the University of Greenwich computing degree programs. To emphasize once again, this program is your direct route to degree right after STPM or any preview. Alright, so if you have any questions or if you have now decided to join our intake, do head over to the link provided in the comment section and submit your information to us, and our counselors will get back to you as soon as possible. Lastly, I would like to thank our speaker for his time and for his invaluable contribution to today's session. On behalf of Stay Group of Colleges, thank you all for tuning in today, and we hope to see you in our next session. Bye!
Hi, thank you.